swallow first time. Okay, we'll try that again. Oh, I can't put my body down. I've been back from Paris for 2 weeks. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to be home, but I can't stop thinking about this trip. I'm reading books about France and watching TV shows and movies that take place in France, and I'm pretty positive I'm addicted to pain au chocolat. So I'm here at my local bakery trying to relive a little bit of Paris. And then there's England. It was everything that I dreamed it would be all those years that I only knew England through Beatrix Potter stories and Jane Austen and Charlotte Bronte, and I had built up this really incredibly romantic version of England in my head, and it didn't disappoint at all. It was incredible. Anyway, I'm so excited to bring you along in this really incredible adventure that was filled to the brim with art and culture and really insanely good food and lots of cups of hot chocolate and peppermint tea, and honestly some really life-changing events and really inspiring moments that I'll never forget. It was beautiful, and I'm excited for you to see it. Okay, seriously, why doesn't every city have a flower market? This place was beautiful. It was sensory overload in the very best way. Too gorgeous, literally incredible. If I'm being completely honest, for me, Paris is mostly about the food. I'm literally getting emotional eating this croissant, this pain au chocolat, and this hot chocolate. Like, I don't even have words. So good. So happy to be here. This bookstore was high on our list of must-see in Paris. Shakespeare and Company is 100% the most charming bookstore I have ever experienced, and Julia Child used to peruse the shelves here, so... Cantaloupe, I would walk to Paris to eat that cantaloupe again. This little Marie Curie museum took maybe 10 minutes to walk through, but it made a big impact. To see her actual laboratory where she worked and to read about her courage and her determination, it was so inspiring. This enormous raspberry macaron was arguably the best bite of our trip. So good.
Go right. Thank you.
It's the noob! It's no big deal, just in the Louvre. I've only waited my entire life to come here.
One, two, three, four.
Suis-moi, là où je sais sourd, suis-moi.
You can't go to Paris and not stop by the Eiffel Tower. I guess there's a reason why it's so iconic. It is breathtaking.
On y est presque, suis-moi. Là où rien ne presse, suis-moi.
Anything for the perfect shot. We're at Angelina's in Paris. I'm not sure about hot chocolate quest, but I've heard it's the very best cup in Paris. It's my 11th or 12th cup, and so we're going to see what all the hype is about. First you have to look at it. It's super thick. It's more like drinking chocolate. Alright. It's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna cry. It's so good. It's perfection. Oh my god. Holy cow. this is like almost too much for me. This museum is all of my favorite Impressionists and Cubist artists, Post-Impressionists. Yeah, it's incredible. Cézanne, Renoir, Monet, Matisse, and heaven.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away, and I remember your face.
I would follow Julia Child to the ends of the earth. So, of course, we had to stop and try this French onion soup at a favorite spot that Julia used to frequent when she lived in Paris. It was fantastic.
So good. What? Oh, actually, that's insane.
Oh gosh. Don't try mine. I will break your tongue.
That's unreal.
It's a song, in the old neighborhood.
We took a train from Paris to a little town called Vernon. Vernon is exactly 3 miles from Giverny, where Claude Monet's beautiful home and incredible garden are located. Sadly, so sadly, the garden was closed until April, but my disappointment was softened a little by how freaking adorable this little French town turned out to be.
It's a song. Don't cry. Don't cry. As the days move along, you can.
I just bought some apples all by myself in French, and it was terrifying, but I did it. Bah.
Looking back, I can see clearly how we had it made, and I remember every face. And when I think of them, it takes me to that time and place. As the world moves on, time sings a song. Don't cry. Don't cry. As the days move along, you can remember that song. Don't cry. Don't cry. As the days move along.
France was unforgettable. Now we're feeling excited to be on our way to England to see what adventures await us there. We're on our way to the Chawton house, the house where Jane Austen wrote all of her novels. And in the nerdiest way, I feel like we're on sort of a pilgrimage, a literary pilgrimage of exactly 0.6 miles. But I'm feeling so excited. Look at this British countryside. It's incredibly cute, like exactly how I imagined it in every way. Ah, it's too much. Jane Austen walked the same path. I'm such a nerd, but I'm so happy.
Jane Austen lived with her parents forever.
She did?
Yeah. And then she died very young. So I think we should.
You're on a good path.
I'm on a good path.
Whatever. But we're staying in a bed and breakfast that is directly across the street from Jane Austen's house. So I can fall asleep tonight staring at this place I wanted to visit forever. So cool, so cool. The check-in for the Chawton House Museum was a tea shed. A tea shed. Is this not the best invention of all time? I really think a tea shed on every corner would significantly improve my quality of life.
used to be. Here is the benefit of your mistress's spectacles out. Then the Billy Dapples came home. Mrs. was sent to buy her boy. They are...
It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. However little known the feelings or views of such a man may be on his first entering the neighborhood, this truth is so well fixed in the minds of the surrounding families that he is considered as the rightful property of some one or other of their daughters. "My dear Mr. Bennet," said his lady to him one day, "have you heard that Netherfield Park is let at last?" Mr. Bennet replied that he had not. "But it is," returned she, "for Mrs. Long has just been there, and she told me all about it." Mr. Bennet made no answer. "Do you not want to know who has taken it?" cried his wife impatiently. "You want to tell me, and I have no objection to hearing it." This was invitation enough. "Why, my dear, you must know. Mrs. Long says that Netherfield is taken by a young man of large fortune from the north of England, that he came down on Monday in a chaise and four to see the place, and was so much delighted with it that he agreed with Mr. Norris immediately, that he is to take possession before Michaelmas, and some of his servants are to be in the house by the end of next week." "What is his name?" "Bingley." "Is he married or single?" "Oh, single, my dear, to be sure. A single man of large fortune, 4,000 or 5,000 a year. What a fine thing for our girls." "How so? How can it affect them?" "My dear Mr. Bennet," replied his wife, "how can you be so tiresome? You must know that I am thinking of his marrying one of them." "Is that his design in settling here?" "Design? Nonsense! How can you talk so? But it is very likely that he may fall in love with one of them, and therefore you must visit him as soon as he comes."
Here comes the sun.
Goodbye, Chawton. Goodbye to tea houses and thatched roofs. Goodbye to wandering sheep and sweeping landscapes. Goodbye to Jane's writing desk and her spring garden, and to her inspirational spirit that honestly is just in the air here. Hello, London.
Since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, this smile's returning.
We were blown away by Matilda the musical. The set, the acting, the story, all beautifully done.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's alright.
St. Augustine said that the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. At the end of this trip, I kind of feel like I've discovered a whole new chapter.